Hello, welcome to Board Game Bonkers. I'm JC. I'm just going to go a quick tour of the kind of games I've got, what I've got on the shelves. I could just sort of rearrange a few things for the backdrop, etc. Now, one thing to keep in mind is I tend to recycle a lot of games. I don't tend to hoard them like some people. So a lot of these games I haven't got round to playing yet because I've just got sold a lot of games. So I managed to bring the amount of games of them down a bit. So let's just have a look and see what's behind me, and I'll walk you through. And the way I've sorted this out is generally from the top all the way down to the bottom. The further down we go, and then onto another bookcase is the more complex to get as we go along. So let's have a little look here. So at the top here, I've kind of got all the escape room games, as you can see, and I tend to put them at the top there. And so you can see I've got quite a lot of them. I haven't got around to playing them all. This is kind of this little one here is a kind of puzzle type box. I really like that. And a few still need to get to the table. Managed to get Escape Haunted Mansion Scooby-Doo to the table. Really enjoying that. I'm going to be playing that again because I haven't gone through the whole entire scenario. Got a few of the classic escape room games here, which I really enjoy. So hopefully get through these sometime. And we've got some party games up here. So got Just One. The kids absolutely love this. We really do have a blast playing this. We've got Linky. And it's a little bit like Trivial Pursuit, except you haven't got the board, you're not kind of rolling and moving. I love the way this is done by answering 4 questions, and then you get to find your link for the one main answer. This is a kind of drink party game style-esque. There we go. So a little bit of fun if we're having a few drinks and don't really want to play a board game. So we've got Werewolf, the Ultimate Werewolf. Classic, more or less, which we kind of just use in the car. It's not really much of a game. Red 7, really like this kind of party game. We've got a few kind of basic ones up here, outsmarted. Essentially, this is like Trivial Pursuit. The only difference is I think it's a little bit better because it uses an app. What came first? The kids absolutely love this, and it does get a little bit boring after a while. And we've got Cluster as well, so we want something a bit more tactile. And in this, it has magnets, as you can see, and you go up, it's a bit upside down, and you've got to try and put them in the string without them touching one another. A little bit tactile. Not my kind of game, but the kids enjoy it. And further along, we've got Avocado. Throw Avocado. My son absolutely adores this. Cranium, don't care what anyone says, I actually really like this. It's great if you just want a relaxing, very basic kind of party-esque type of game. Got another escape room game up here. This is the Cellars, a murder mystery kind of party type game. And I've got a few more escape room games here. Crime Zone, a little bit basic. We've got a bit of a series here. There's 3 in this line here, and I really like these ones. I really do enjoy escape room games. Deckscape, really enjoyed this one. These ones, the Sherlock ones, are very basic, so I tend to play them with the kids. As you can see, we've got these cups for throwing ping pong balls in because the kids enjoy that. So Clover, I haven't quite opened this yet, but that's one we're looking forward to. 7 Wonders Architects, really enjoy this. Great little family game. Got a few light style games here. They generally play in about half an hour. Critters at War. My partner's not too keen on that. I quite enjoy it. Deep Sea Adventure here. Quite enjoy this little game. Good with the kids. My daughter likes Bingo. So this game, Quicks, is actually quite good because you're rolling some dice and then try and mark off the numbers on your little sheet. Got Death Valley back here as well. It's just kind of tucked away. A wallet game. Really enjoy this one. Nice, beautiful art style work on this. So a bit of kind of tabloid building as you're trying to get cards into your tabloid area. Now, over here we've got Mintworks. My daughter really enjoys this. I like it as well. Got a kind of new game, Kickstarter game. We've got this Microbots. Rulebook doesn't really explain how the game plays that well, so I haven't got that to the table yet. And underneath we have got Tinder Blocks. It's kind of tactile game. And as you can see, you're building this fire camp. The tweezers, a little bit annoying because the PC's blocks tend to just ping off, which is a bit frustrating. Got another kind of wallet game here, and this one is Hero Tech. I quite like this. It uses a kind of pyramid system like 7 Wonders Duel. The kind of theme is you're building a layer, you're trying to build a vehicle and then a suit as well. It's kind of fantasy, hero type-esque. And then we've got the love letter here. It's a game that the kids, my daughter in particular, quite enjoys this. My son enjoys it as well. So it's a game we play quite often. does take a little bit too long the more player count you've got, which I tend to avoid. We've got Tides of Madness. I haven't got this to the table yet, so I'm really looking forward to this card game. I really like the artwork, as we keep doing them upside down. So looking forward to getting that to the table. So as we go further down, we tend to get kind of smaller games, lighter games, kind of playing about 20 minutes. So a lot of these are for the kids. Magic Maze, really enjoy this. Kim is not too keen on it, but I love the kind of craziness, chaoticness as you're kind of going around this maze and trying to steal different gems from this mall, and it's in real time. You've got this timer, and each of you have got these kind of tiles and which movement you can go, but you can't communicate verbally, so you're banging this huge piece down. Really fun. Detective Charlie, it's certainly aimed towards younger kids. And Quest for the Moonstone, my daughter enjoyed this. So it's a bit like Chronicles of Crime. You've got to scan these cards in, and then you'll be trying to go on this quest and figuring out who stole the gems or trying to recover the gems. Don't want to give too much away for that, but my daughter did enjoy it. Draftosaurus, played this quite a lot where you're drafting these dinosaurs and placing them into your part, and you're trying to gain as many points as you can. There we go, let's fit this back in. Goblin Teeth, I really enjoy this. Way to explain it is you've got these cards, you're trying to fulfill these objectives by playing the cards. And there's a little bit of a kind of bidding system for the cards as well. You're trying to get into your hand. Splendor, this is actually a fake copy of Splendor, so you're going to be careful where you get your games. But Splendor, the original, wasn't really too keen on. That's why I kind of picked this up really cheap, just to see if I'll enjoy it or not. Down here, we've got Micro Macro. We've nearly gone through the first one. This is more kind of a Where's Wally type of game, trying to find the crimes and try to backtrack and trying to figure out who committed the crime and where, what, and when. We've got the big box of agricultural creatures, great and small. I actually prefer this in the family edition over the original because this plays much less time and I get kind of this very similar enjoyment out of it. Hijack Kickstarter Game, haven't got this to the table yet. Kind of semi-co-op game, I'm not a fan of semi-co-op. We'll see how this plays out. Raptor, I quite enjoy this where you've got kind of one versus the other. One are the raptors, the dinosaurs, and the other are the scientists trying to capture the dinosaurs. Got a trading card game, I think this is. Omen, haven't got it to the table yet. Reign of the War, so look forward to playing that. Cave versus Cave, really like this version, the two-player version. I've got the expansion in here as well. Highly recommend that. So as we kind of go along this side, got a few more easy games. Pokemon, this is for my son. Yeah, he likes Pokemon. I haven't got this to the table yet. This one's interesting, Terrors of Horror. This is a kind of deck building game, but the way they do change, I don't want to take it out, but it's kind of like a book style. You open it up like the Book of the Dead, and you're kind of chaining these cards, and it was quite more difficult to chain the cards. But it's quite an interesting theme, horror theme. In two minds about whether I'm going to keep this or not, because it's just a bit of a pain trying to chain the cards together. High Treason, the kind of lawyer solicitor style of game. I really enjoy this kind of theme, and it'd be interesting to see how this plays out. There's a lot of history linked to this one, so that'll be interesting. Capo, I haven't played that yet. Ascension, we absolutely love Ascension. We've got the two-player version, which is up here. Play this a lot. Glasgow, good two-player game. I love the rondelle you go around, and it's got that mechanism where you can go as far as you like, but as soon as you overtake your opponent, you have to stop there. So you can take quite a lot of actions on your turn. So let's kind of go up here a little bit. We've got kind of games that play easy within an hour. So Myths at War, I haven't played that deck building game yet. Ascensions, love. Greedy Kingdoms, kind of game in Japan, kind of almost deck building. Fort, I haven't got that to the table yet. Paragon, we haven't got that to the table yet. Have we played this? Yes, we have. Sunset Over Water, beautiful artwork, stunning. Really like the kind of mechanism where you play a card and the cards will give you a different time depending on turn order, and then you've got how many cards you can collect, how the distance you can move. So I really like that. Age of Civilization, I'm in two minds about that. I quite like it. It's a small civilization game, very light, but works quite well. Motanai, I think that's how you pronounce it. I haven't got it to the table yet. Conspiracy. the Abyss universe. So we quite like this kind of tabloid building, really. Quite an interesting game. I played it for a long time still. I really like this card game. Covered that in one of the videos recently. Over here we've got the L Project. Absolutely love this. Kickstarter version, got all the expansions. For someone who hates polynomial tiling games, I adore this one. And we've got all the tiny epic games here. Got quite a few of them. Still need to get to the table, a couple of them, but I really love at the moment. Top pick has to be Tiny Epics Blast Off. Really enjoy that one. And over here we've got Emotep. Really enjoy this one. Fields of Green, still need to get to the table. Furnace, we need to get to the table. Haven't got that out yet. Brew, still haven't got that to the table. Been sitting there for a while. And down a bit further, we've got Snowtails, very thematic race game. It was kind of quite mathy where you're playing these cards. Arctic Scavengers, haven't got that to the table yet. Sholia works really well with two players. It can battle back and forth. You've got a market to get better cards. Really enjoyed this game. Highly recommend it. Polo, this kind of caught my eye, and it's kind of this teamwork cooperative game. One person's trying to in this control mission and letting people know the limited communication, perhaps what's going wrong, what they need, and try and get back to Earth safely. So quite like the theme of this. We'll see how this plays out. Ethnos Classic, I haven't got this to the table. It's Seven Wonders Duel, love this game. One of the best, if not the best, two-player game. Target. Two minds about this. I like Target. I prefer the kind of tabloid building more than kind of placing your nobles out. And it's quite an interesting way of doing that because you can't place a noble opposite another or in the same space as another. So it's quite interesting two-player game. This one, Fallout Shelter. Love the theme. Really do enjoy it. But sometimes it can be a bit of a luck heavy in how the monsters come out, and sometimes you can get overrun by monsters. So moving down, we've got the Dice Hospital. Really like this. I was quite surprised. Enjoyed it. Valleys of the King. Massive box with deck building game. Really like this one. Theme. It's kind of there, but I really do like the quality. I like the feel of it. I just like the way it works because you have to tuck your cards under your your pyramid, if you like. And you're trying to decide whether you play the card for its ability or whether you kind of tuck it under for its points. Dominion Classic, 2nd edition. I think Kim likes this more than I do. Paranormal Detectives, yet to get that to the table. Discoveries, Lewis and Clark, haven't got that to the table yet. Back to the Future. Now there's a couple of this. This is the Dice Through Time. There is another version. Haven't got this to the table as much, but we've played this quite a few times, and we have enjoyed this cooperative game and trying to move items from one timeline to another. Jewelsaw Island, still need to get that to the table. Microcosmos, quite an interesting game. We've got an expansion with this, and it's quite a meaty, crunchy game for such a small box. And it does kind of overstay its welcome a little bit, but it does scale quite well for different player counts. Ski Biathlon, still need to get this to the table. We've got Legacy, the Testament of Duke Cressy, we still need to get that to the table. Missions Red Planet, still need to get that to the table. And Pandemic, I absolutely love a Pandemic, classic cooperative game. Got a ton of expansions here already, still need to get in the lab. That'll be a last expansion that we bring in. Changes the way, instead of discarding 5 cards to find the cure, you're inside the lab and you're kind of moving these cubes along to find the cure instead. And Catapult Fjord, my son really likes this, very tactile, and then you're firing the cannonballs, trying to knock down the opposite walls and men and pieces and armies. So we've got Infinite Domain, still need to get that to the table. Port Royale, really enjoy this, the big box game here. And Agricola, the family edition, like I said, I prefer the family edition over the original Agricola. It plays in about an hour. This case file for my daughter. She actually loves that kind of detective style. The Key, which my daughter really enjoys, kind of detective style. You're marking things off your board to find out who did what, where, and when. And we've got this Lawyer Up. Still need to get this to the table, Kickstarter version. A few games that will be sold. This is a pile that will be sold. Wasn't too keen on Fantastic Factories. Grand Austria Hotel, loved that dice mechanism and the dice action selection. Wasn't too keen on much else with the game. Down here we've got a few games that take a bit longer. Love Crusaders. You're on this crusading event. I really like how the battle system works. For Glory, still need to get this to the table. Legends of Andor, still need to get to the table. And Tungaroo, still need to get that to the table. Picked this up quite cheap, so it'll be interesting. I was quite intrigued by this. Lords of Hellas, one of the classics. Plague Incorporation is quite an interesting one because it's based on an app. We've got Craftswagon. This is quite an interesting game. It's all about cars, either trying to get the best engine or the best looking vehicle, kind of set in quite historical settings. There's a little bit of a flaw to the game, but I still do enjoy it. For Glory, still need to get that to the table. Over here we have got the Legacy game, The Rise of the Queensdale. Still need to get that to the table. Sabotec picked this up quite cheap, so looking forward to getting that to the table. Yukon Airways, really do like this game. Very thematic. Love the kind of playable. It's like a cockpit. We got Oaths of Brotherhood, which is a kind of rip-off of Laws of Waterdeep. But hey-ho, I love Laws of Waterdeep, so I haven't got this to the table yet. I'm really looking forward to it. Chocolate Factory, I haven't got that to the table yet. So let's head over to the other side. So in this book case, what we've got is games that kind of tend to take a lot of kind of 2 hours or more. We've got Smartphone up here, and we've got the expansion of the 2 players. Now I've got all the miniatures painted, just to get rid of those bases that keep falling off. I haven't got this to the table yet. Champions of Midgard, which is like Raiders of the North Sea. Raiders of the North Sea I absolutely love. Champions of Midgard, I haven't got that to the table yet. Got some of the expansions which I'll throw in when I do get to play it. And down here we've got some classics. We've got Pillars of the Earth, love this game. Aliens Frontier, love this game as well. One of the very first games I played, fell in love with it. Stronghold Undead. Still need to get the original to the table first before I dive into this. Trailblazers Kickstarter version. Really looking forward to playing this. Haven't quite got time to get it to the table. Small World. Love this game. Nostalgia attachment to this. One of my very first area control games. One of my very first modern games I ever played. So I will always keep this in my collection. I've played this about 50 plus times. I absolutely adore it. Apocalypse 2, Defend the Burp. Still need to get that to the table. Prehistory, picked this up second hand. Need to get that to the table. And down here, once we, there's my game I've designed, in case you're interested. I might get this on video one day. Lords of Waterdeep, classic. Really do enjoy this. One of my favourite all times. Pursuit of Happiness Kickstarter version. Still need to get this to the table. I want to find a day where, you know, the kids, Kim and myself can sit down and play that. Lobotomy 2 Manhunt, and we've got all the most of the expansions. Really looking forward to playing this. Empire After the Empire. Now this is a game we've got on Kickstarter and it costs an absolute fortune, and we still haven't got it to the table yet. Blood Rage. Really do enjoy this game. I just got the expansions and the insert to get everything into the box. Great area control game. Highly recommend it. It's a step up from Small World. One of the best area control games. Doesn't use dice. I love the card mechanism that's in play here. Highly recommended. And down here in the bottom, games that tend to take over 2 hours to play. We've got Castaways, with one of the most horrendous rule books ever written. However, I love the thematic feel. I love the way the gameplay is. Prefer it over Robinson Crusoe. If only the rule book was better. La Granca, this new deluxe master set. Really looking forward to getting this to the table. Haven't quite managed it yet. Looks absolutely beautiful. Much better than the original. Dungeon Alliance. This is recommended. It's a kind of dungeon crawl game. It's one of the better ones. So looking forward to getting this to the table. We've got Polis. Haven't quite got this to the table. Looks amazing. The production quality is fantastic. So really looking forward to getting this one out. Caress, I think it's pronounced. Haven't got this space game to the table yet. And we've got CO2. It's kind of cooperative game. Really looking forward to this one. And we've got Terramara down here, and we've got Escape Plan, and we've got Heroes, Air, Land and Sea, a classic And I'm really looking forward to getting this to the table again. As I said, I haven't got many of these to the table because they're all quite newly coming in. I've cleared out a lot of the older games. So as you can see, there's a lot of games we haven't got to the table yet. It's because we've had a massive clear out of all the older ones, and we tend to kind of revamp them. Once we play them a few times, I tend to know if I play a game once whether I like it or not. If I don't think I'm going to like it, I just get rid of it and then try and bring in another one to replace it at some point. But I'm not someone who hoards games. I could like to recycle them and get some new fresh games in, but I tend to play games at least kind of 10 to 15 times before I even decide to kind of move on with it. If I enjoy the game, I'm going to keep it. And I tend to like and keep games that I'm going to enjoy and get a lot of play out of it rather than just playing a game one or two times, which just tends to be what a lot of people do. I tend to play a game at least kind of 6, 8 times before I move on to playing another game. And we tend to do it with our gaming group that meet up every Mondays. At the moment, we're powering through Blood Ranger, and with another gaming group, we're actually going through Pandemic, adding all the expansions because we want to try and get a lot of gameplay out of that. And so far, we're around about 10 plays. Hope you've enjoyed this. Just a little tour of the collection that I've got. I'm sure it'll change over the next 12 months. And in videos going forward, you will see this backdrop, which will be a bit different. So thanks so much for watching. I haven't already done so. Please do hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me know, what are your favourite picks in your collection? For me, I've already mentioned a couple. What are yours? Let me know in the comments down below.